Festival is something that the city of Voronezh pays for and holds once every month. The entire city is invited to join together to release their wishes into the air, forming a sense of community like that which I have never known. It's hard to explain the amount of cultural and economic paradoxes that exist in such a place as southwestern Russia. Voronezh provides free concerts and college education. It houses old KGB buildings right next to some of the grandest churches I've ever seen. And yet it is incredibly alive with tradition. People still live in similar conditions to that of their parents. They pick berries and sell them at local markets. They ride buses that the Russian government has bought from other countries, and they go to their dacha on the weekends to get out of the city. Perhaps the greatest paradox about this place where everything seemed so different was how similar the people were to me. Although these Russians go about their daily lives in such a different manner than how middle-class people live throughout America, they too are just trying to improve their situation and find happiness. Each morning I would go to Svetlana, the private English summer camp for kids aged 5 to 7, where I would play games to encourage the kids to listen, speak, and learn English grammar and vocabulary. Usually I was there to help with pronunciation, play games with the kids, and just be an extra adult to keep the kids somewhat occupied. And I found that just like the kids in America, these guys were much more interested in running, jumping, talking, and playing than listening to their teacher explain the activity. But, of course, I have an extremely limited view. I was at the only English teaching daycare in a city of 1 million people. It was easy for me to see that Svetlana was a school for kids whose parents were above middle class. Because the school had multiple teachers for one class, as well as computers and televisions, there was an aspect of technology to the educational environment. In the afternoon and early evenings, I would go to one of the multiple linguist schools and help teach a class of adults. It was always different classes with different topics, and I was there to give some sort of insight into what an American would think about the subject at hand. One of the moments that sticks in my mind and will likely stay with me forever is a class where we were talking about life goals. A Russian woman, no more than 25 years old, told us that her biggest dream was to be able to visit America. It hit me how random our position in this world is, and I suddenly felt incredibly lucky to be in this place I had always dreamed of. More than any amount of teaching or conversation, I am so happy to have met the amazing people that I had the opportunity to meet. Interactions with my host family, fellow volunteers, and those in charge of the volunteer agency all helped me to better understand myself and my experience.